Hey everybody, it's Emily the Crazy Worm Lady. It is finally time for us to get started on our to blend or not to blend experiment. Everything got pushed back because of my unexpected travel, but I am ready now. So before I left for my trip, I did find a lot of climbers on the walls, so I did give them a feeding of just a whole banana in each bin to keep it even and fair. I think this may be that banana. And they are going to town in here. Check that out. It's not even completely split open yet. But they are just having a field day in here. I'm happy that I was able to check in on them and realize that they needed some food, because they were really climbing. I think they were searching for food. So these are big, fat, happy guys here. So I'm gonna bury this down in the corner. I'm gonna leave this food in here. So this first week of the experiment might not be quite as accurate because they still do have a food source, but I want to get started nonetheless. So this is going to be our first bin, and this bin is going to be blended. So I liked the idea that Wayne had, where he was using old cleaned out tins to really measure how well the worms were doing. This is odd. Wonder what I fed that had all these seeds in it that are so clear and transparent. Huh, fascinating. Piece of ginger left. So there are little, small amounts of food left in here, but oh, it was a bell pepper of some sort. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted there. So Wayne's idea was to use old tins, like from tuna fish, and that way you fill each tin with your feeding and you can see very easily if they've worked through it or not. Especially when blending, it's a little bit harder to decipher when they've gone through it. So I liked that idea. So I'm going to do the same so that we're kind of mimicking each other's experiments. So I dug out a nice little trench here, and I did clean out very well some tuna fish cans. Sorry about that. So I'm going to place 2 tins here side by side, and I am going to blend up 2 apples, and I'll put 1 apple in each of these containers. And then my other bin, I'm going to do 2 whole apples. So let me go get that, and we will get started. Okay guys, so for an added dimension to this, I decided to do 1 fresh apple that I did not freeze and 1 frozen apple that has been thawed, to see, in addition to the blending, if freezing goes faster than the fresh stuff. So those are our 2 containers. I'm going to mark the blended food here with a little stick I have. And I'm going to put a small handful of coconut coir over each of these. I'm going to bury it all as well, but I want something to absorb some of the moisture from this. And I'm just going to bury everything back up. Definitely want the fresh apple and all well covered. So everything is well covered up now. I will lay these rags back across the top. Our stick again here is marking the blended, frozen blended. So we will leave this for a week, and now let's pop over to the bin we are going to do the whole scraps in. Alright guys, so here's the other bin. This is where I had some food scraps a few weeks ago. Again, there's a little bit of an onion peel or something left there, which is fine. And over here is where I have the banana in this bin as well. I mean, just check that out. They're just going to town. So these bins seem to be about as equal as they're going to be. You know, I was very precise with adding the bedding and everything, and equal worms, all of that good stuff. So we'll keep the banana over here just like we did with the other bin. And over here, we'll do the same thing and dig back a little trench area. And I did the same thing, a whole apple that is fresh. I did cut it open. And a whole apple that was frozen, also split open. So I'm going to sprinkle this with some eggshell. Can never be too generous with the eggshell in my opinion. And add a little bit of our coconut core. This doesn't necessarily have to cover it because we're going to cover it with the other castings, but just to absorb some of the moisture that this will release. And we will cover this back up. Let's see here. Just want to make sure it's well covered. Keep digging this onion skin out for some reason, unintentionally, and I don't want that to smell up my room here. So, another stick. Gonna mark the blended down here. I keep saying blended, getting it all confused. The frozen hole down here. And we will lay our rags across the top. And this will be part 1 of our blended versus whole scraps with the added element of frozen versus unfrozen. So drop your comments below, like this video, and subscribe if you want some more content from me. I will link the Facebook group for our experiment, so you can also follow Wayne if you would like to. That will be below in the description. So I hope you guys have an excellent night, and I will talk to you soon.